Hey guys, welcome back. I apologize for the bland nature of these PowerPoints. I just wanted to do this quickly. Hopefully, with some time, I can update how this looks, but it's just for the information. It's not that long. Here are 5 features of narratives that you should focus on when you're writing a narrative. A narrative is a fancy word for a story, telling a story. All right. Narrate, like we have narrator. All right. A clear context, setting, time period. Where are we? When is it? What's going on? Setting. Is it, don't say a Christmas party, where's the Christmas party? It's at my grandfather's house in South Philly, 2nd and Tasker, Schuylkill or Passyunk and Oregon or whatever, and it's Christmas Eve, and my grandfather's on his 3rd martini, right? Clear context. Oftentimes when I'm writing your essays, I have no idea what camp you're in. I have no idea where you're working. I have no idea what country you're in, and there's no clear context. We need to know where we are. Think about it as a filmmaker. Can you film your essay? I want you to be able to think about your essay visually. If I took a camera, could I visually, with the camera, take your story? Because I want dialogue in there, but I'll get to that in a second. Well chosen and thought out, emphasize details. All right. I remember one student writing about this grandfather's house in South Philly, and he had this cane, but there was an eagle on the cane. The eagle now comes symbolic because the dad fought in World War II. Patriot, eagle, American eagle, you get it? But it was iron, and his dad was iron. His grandfather. And I still remember this essay very, very well. And it showed different sides, and the grandfather would whack people coming by his plaid chair. And I remember Jim, I think his name was Jim Morrissey, graduated like many years ago, and he brought a plate over to his dad, a plate of cookies. Not his dad, his grandfather. He brought a plate of cookies over to his grandfather. He was scared of him, but he knew he had lots of stories. And so he brought a plate over and brought his dad another martini, or his grandfather another martini, or whatever. He was drinking scotch and soda with scotch with just ice. And those details are, it's not just he was drinking an alcoholic drink. A lemonade is very different than scotch on the rocks. And a scotch on the rocks is very different than a martini. And different types of martinis. Details, it's all about the details. The details tell us who the person, who the character is. What you're wearing lets me know about you. Are you wearing this? Are you wearing that? All that helps the world understand you. Logical, often chronological organization. All right. For an essay like the Common App, it's hard to be fancy with narrative, different types of structure. So oftentimes a chronological approach is the safest route. All right. Also, you want an appropriate and consistent point of view. Should be first person. Right? And of course, you want to keep your tenses correct and a meaningful point or purpose. After your essay, I'm like, okay, who cares? What's the point? What's your point of your essay? If you don't have a point, you need a point. It's your thesis. It could be implied, it could be overt, but we need to know what your essay is about. Not just what it's about, but this happens, but so what? Who cares? That might come in the concluding paragraph or 2. But don't cheap out and just make it a sentence, unless it is so powerful sentence. It's just simplicity is all it needs. You might need to take a quarter of the essay to talk about the point. It depends on your essay, all right? But you don't want to have all this stuff in the beginning and then kind of have a grand finale that you just shoot one firework up. It's not effective. It's just not effective. You wouldn't want to read that essay. An admissions counselor reading 10,000 essays a week, it might be not that effective. Right? And again, they want to see your writing skill, and more importantly, they want to see you as a person in these essays.